Hey everyone, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm, where my addiction's all over the internet. On this channel, I do book hauls, book reviews of both digital and physical media, audiobooks, and so much more. So this is my final video for today, and then I'm going to get dressed and head out to work. Not too early, because yesterday my manager convinced me to clock in at 4:15 when I was supposed to actually clock in at 5. So, because he wanted to go on his real break. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so anyways, we're talking about hauls. And I have mentioned this, I believe, in a video a long time ago. But I kind of want to add to it and everything because I feel like I've got more to add to it. So, yesterday I showed you guys my large book haul for the month of April. And that's actually going to be the last Barnes & Noble book haul for the entire year. And the reason for it is that I am on a book decrease buying spree. So, I mentioned this on the video, my reading plans moving forward. That's coming out. I believe I have it up there for June 1st. Maybe July 1st, I'm not exactly sure. Or maybe it's May 1st. I don't know. But what I am doing now, I'm actually decided to start doing this my next paycheck. I am going to go to Myers and I am going to see what they've got. And if they still have the third book, I will go ahead and buy that. And that will be the only book that I will purchase. Now, ebooks are going to be a little different, but that's not the point of the video. That's not the point of the video. So, one of the biggest gripes I have is people with multiple subscription services. And don't get me wrong, I have a job. Okay, I could afford at least one or two subscription services, but I don't want to. Now, I will backtrack a little bit and say that I really want the Nightworms one, but I'm not jumping up and down to actually getting it. I want it, but I'm kind of like, you know. So that's the thing. That's the thing that I definitely want to put out there, is that as much as I love buying books, I've gotten to the point in my book buying that I actually don't need any more physical books. Now, digital books, as I said, are entirely different. My R.L. Stine Fear Street books are entirely different because I don't buy them all the time. I buy them a couple times a year because I like them. I'm in the mood to read the next Fear Street book, so, I don't have the next Fear Street book. Now, they have it on Kindle, and I'm definitely working my way out of Kindle. So I end up buying it physical because I don't want to buy it on Kindle. So yeah, I mean, I'm really scaling back on my purchase. And if I just say, hey, I got 5 digital books and I got 1 physical book, okay. And then next month, towards the end of the end of the month, I will get another book. And maybe another ebook. Don't know. It all depends. It all depends on what I am actually in the mood for getting. But people with extremely large hauls, 50, 80 books, is like, what? Even I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I've got a lot of books, and 90% of them are turned over where you see the spine, but I still have plenty of books where I see pages. And that's the thing. I want to get rid of those books. I want to turn them over to their spine, be like, yeah, okay, I've read this book. And then, of course, I'll go to Barnes & Noble maybe once every other month and get a book. And just one book. One book, because I've got my Nook, and I can easily just upload I could just easily pay for another book and it will upload. So that's not really an issue, for me at least, to be able to just walk in the store and just buy one book. And now the problem is deciding which one book it's going to be. That's my problem. But it's a way of ensuring that I don't fill up my bookcases so fast and so quickly. Now, if it's pouring down rain on the day that I'm going to Barnes & Noble, I'd be like, heck with it. I'll just get an ebook version of the book I'm going to buy. And then there's the whole thing where, maybe the one book you were going to buy, they don't have it in stock. So, yeah, go to the e-reader and do that. And try to stay away from Amazon as much as you can. But that's the thing. That's the thing that really gets me as a consumer of literature. I'm slowing down my pace and everything, but these people buying 20, 50, 80 books, they're never going to read those books. And maybe they bought them not to read them, but to have something to decorate their room with. And I know some people can say, well, why are you judging them? They probably have good paying jobs. Or they probably don't. They probably don't. Now, yes, I'm not going to say that every book talker or booktuber doesn't have a good paying job. But when it comes to things I have to pay for, books are like last. Like my rent, my gas electric bill, my phone bill. Those are the three most important things. And then there's my Grammarly. And then, of course, there is books, both digital and physical. So if I only have enough money for one ebook, I'll just get one ebook. But yeah, it's something else. It really is something else. Seeing these humongous stacks of books and thinking in the back of your mind, are they even going to read those books? I mean, seriously, are they even going to read those books? Because you kind of don't know if you kind of take that back, you kind of get the impression they're not going to read those books. Now, the Christmas Tree Farm, I showed that in my last video. I told you guys, I'm not reading that book until Christmas time because it's a Christmas themed book. So yeah, it's something else. It absolutely is. Consumerism is a powerful thing. And it's unfortunate that we see it right in front of us. We see the commercialism, we see the desire to buy, and it's sad. It really is. And, it's like, okay. But for me as a reader, I read any chance I can get. I read at work. I read before I come into work. I read in the morning. When I come home. If I don't have anything to do, I'll read. And that's because I want to sit down, unwind with a good book, and just forget about my problems. But speaking of problems, I got a problem with this book. I definitely do. There's 21 chapters in this book, but guess what? 50% of this book is recipes. That's my problem with the book. Like, what the heck? But yeah. Also, another problem I've got with booktubers and book talkers is they don't support their local library. Now, I have seen library book hauls, but they're not many. I've seen maybe 2 in my entire time being a booktuber. 2 of them. So, what I'm going to do from May all the way until the first day of November, I'm going to be going to my library. but I'm only going to check out 3 books. And the reason for this is that I can only read 3 books in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, especially if they're like really thick books. Now, if they're paperback books, it's going to be a lot different. I will be able to do that. But I am doing that so that I can sit there and enjoy the book and not try to hurry up and get it done to return it back to the library. So I will be doing that, and as soon as I am done with the books and I have a day off, I will return the books back to the library. But we need to start doing more library book hauls. And we also need to be really looking at how many books that we actually have and go, okay, do I really need to buy any more? And I know some people say, yes, we need to buy more. And I'm like, what are you going to be like in your 80s? You have all those books. You're going to be like, dang. But anyways, yeah, I'm being serious about this. These book hauls are totally out of control. And, you know, me looking at my books now, I'm like, wow. I mean, I have more books turned around with the binding facing me than I have not turned around. But I'm getting to the point where, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to stop buying books. Yeah. But I'm still on my horror kick, and I'll be on it for quite some time. I am going to be reading another Stephen King book on here, but future Stephen King books will be on my Nook. All right, that is it. That is it. I am going to end this video on this note. Just because someone has a haul of 80 books doesn't mean that you need to buy 80 books. Prioritize what's important. Prioritize your rent. Prioritize your utilities. Prioritize your food. If you can only afford 1 or 2 ebooks, or if you can't afford them, go to the library and check out a book. That's what they're there for. And with our libraries under attack, and some of them even closing their doors because they just don't have the money to stay open, we really need to visit our libraries. We really do. And that's the point of going from May until the beginning of November, is to go to the library and patronize the library while I still have a library, because I don't know if I'm going to have a library in 4 years. And I will have no choice in the matter but to buy my books online or go to Barnes & Noble. Not that Barnes & Noble is bad, but Barnes & Noble, they have some nice people that work there. But yeah, so please prioritize your libraries. They're there. They're free. They're free books. Buy a book or whatever. I'm really considering taking my books, a lot of the books, the ones I've not put on eBay, and donate them to the library. And I'm actually going to talk to somebody at the library in May and say, hey, I've got all these books that I don't want. I'm trying to make room so I don't look like a hoarder. Do you want them? They're in really good condition, and see if they do say sure, if they're in super good condition, we'll take them. Then I will take a lift to the library and drop them off. All right, so I will see you guys next time.